F-105 Thunder in the skies. When you hear the name F-105 Thud, you're instantly reminded of thunderous power and a jet that shook the skies during one of the most intense periods of aerial combat in history. The F-105 Thunderchief, affectionately nicknamed Thud, was a supersonic fighter bomber that changed the face of American air operations during the Cold War and, most notably, the Vietnam War. It was designed to deliver heavy payloads at high speed and low altitude, striking enemy targets deep within hostile territory with overwhelming force. But what made the F-105 Thud so special? Why did it earn a reputation for toughness and reliability in the fiercest air battles? And how did it shape the future of aerial warfare? In this video, we'll explore the story of the F-105, its design, capabilities, combat history, and legacy, uncovering the thunder it brought to the skies. Origins and development. The roots of the F-105 Thud trace back to the early 1950s, when the U.S. Air Force was looking for a new fighter bomber that could penetrate Soviet air defenses during the Cold War. The goal was ambitious: create a fast, rugged aircraft capable of carrying a massive bomb load over long distances at supersonic speeds. Developed by Republic Aviation, the F-105 was first introduced in 1958. It was unlike any other aircraft at the time, with a sleek, aerodynamic design focused on high-speed, low-altitude bombing missions. Powered by a powerful Pratt & Whitney J75 engine, the Thud could reach speeds over Mach 2, making it one of the fastest single-engine jets of its era. The jet's design emphasized payload over maneuverability. It was built to carry a nuclear bomb or up to 14,000 pounds of conventional bombs, far more than most fighters of the period. This heavy strike capability, combined with speed, made it a formidable weapon in America's Cold War arsenal. Design features and capabilities. At first glance, the F-105 looks bulky and aggressive, but every curve and contour serves a purpose. The jet's large fuselage was designed to accommodate a substantial internal bomb bay, along with external hardpoints for additional weapons. This allowed the Thud to carry more ordnance than many other fighters, making it a true flying bomb truck. One of the F-105's standout features was its afterburning turbojet engine, which gave it incredible thrust for supersonic dashes. Pilots relied on this burst of speed to break through enemy defenses and evade surface-to-air missiles or hostile fighters. Though not as agile as smaller, more nimble jets, the Thud compensated with its speed, durability, and firepower. The cockpit was designed for the demanding conditions of combat, equipped with advanced avionics for navigation, targeting, and electronic countermeasures. These systems were cutting-edge for the 1960s, helping pilots carry out precision strikes even in heavily defended airspace. Combat role: the workhorse of Vietnam. When the Vietnam War intensified, one aircraft was called to take the lead, and that was the F-105 Thud. This jet didn't just fly missions, it owned the sky. Designed to deliver heavy strikes deep into enemy territory, the Thud became the heart of America's bombing campaign. Day after day, it roared through hostile airspace, flying into some of the most dangerous zones on Earth. No other aircraft dropped more bombs during the early years of the war. It was fast, fearless, and absolutely vital. The missions were brutal. The Thud was tasked with destroying key supply lines, enemy bases, and the heavily protected Ho Chi Minh Trail. It flew low and fast, dodging a deadly wall of anti-aircraft fire and Soviet-made surface-to-air missiles. Enemy MiGs were always on the hunt, but the F-105 pilots pressed forward, knowing every run counted. These weren't clean, high-altitude drops. These were gritty, heart-pounding strikes where survival was never guaranteed. And yet, the Thud delivered. It was built like a tank, with a powerful engine and a body tough enough to bring pilots home even after absorbing serious damage. Many jets returned with holes in their wings and stories that would make your heart race, but they came back. That's why crews called it reliable and pilots called it legendary. In the unforgiving skies of Vietnam, the F-105 didn't just fly, it fought, survived, and earned its name as the true workhorse of the war. The F-105 and Wild Weasel missions. One of the F-105's most important roles was as the Wild Weasel, the pioneer in electronic warfare and suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD. This mission was extremely hazardous, as Wild Weasel crews intentionally flew into the heart of enemy radar and missile systems to identify and destroy them. Modified F-105 variants carried specialized radar jamming equipment and anti-radiation missiles designed to hunt down and silence enemy radar installations. The bravery of these Wild Weasel crews saved countless lives and allowed other aircraft to operate more safely. These daring missions helped shape the future of electronic warfare and air combat tactics, proving how vital the combination of technology and pilot skill can be in modern warfare. Performance and limitations. Though the F-105 was a powerful strike platform, it wasn't without its challenges. The large size and heavy weight made it less maneuverable compared to other fighters like the MiG-17 or MiG-21, which posed a threat in dogfights. This meant F-105 pilots had to rely on tactics, speed, and support from friendly fighters to survive engagements. Maintenance was also demanding due to the complexity of its systems and the harsh operating conditions in Southeast Asia. Loss rates were high during the war. Many Thuds were lost to enemy fire, but this also reflected the extreme risks of their missions. Nevertheless, the aircraft's raw power, bomb-carrying capacity, and ability to operate in tough environments made it indispensable during its service life. Legacy and impact. The F-105 Thunderchief may have retired from the battlefield, but its legacy is carved deep into the history of military aviation. It was the last U.S. Air Force fighter designed with one main purpose: to deliver a nuclear strike. But what it ended up doing in Vietnam reshaped everything. The Thud showed the world how a single aircraft could take on massive firepower, deliver heavy payloads, and still fight another day. Its experience became the blueprint for the multi-role fighters that followed, like the F-4 Phantom and the mighty F-15 Eagle. One of the F-105's most groundbreaking roles came with the birth of the Wild Weasel program, a game-changing tactic in electronic warfare. Thuds were modified to detect and destroy enemy radar systems, flying headfirst into zones loaded with surface-to-air missiles. These missions laid the foundation for today's SEAD, suppression of enemy air defenses, operations, which remain a key part of modern air combat. The F-105 didn't just fight, it evolved warfare itself. More than anything, the Thud stands as a symbol of the brave souls who flew it. These were pilots who stared down the deadliest skies, who kept flying when the odds were stacked against them. The F-105 wasn't just a machine, it was a companion in combat, trusted, tested, and respected. Its thunder may be gone from the skies, but the echo of its impact still shapes the future of air power today. The F-105 Thud was more than just a fighter jet. It was thunder incarnate in the skies. Combining raw power, innovative design, and a fearless combat record, it earned its place in aviation history as one of the most significant jets of the Cold War era. As technology advances and new generations of fighters take to the skies, the story of the Thud remains a powerful reminder of the bravery and ingenuity that define air power. Its thunder still echoes in the minds of those who respect aerial warfare's history and those who seek to understand the evolution of modern combat. So the next time you hear about the F-105 Thud, remember it as the jet that brought thunder to the skies and change the course of military aviation. If you enjoyed this journey into aviation history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. And let us know in the comments which legendary aircraft should we cover next.